Hey friends, Coach Selena here. Today I want to talk to you about the power of a very simple sentence. I use this all the time in my own decluttering, and I call it the I might as well statement. Okay, so it kind of puts us into this mindset that helps us move forward so we're not feeling so stuck. One of the reasons why we tend to spin our wheels when it comes to decluttering and not make much progress is that we get overwhelmed by all of the decisions, right? So maybe you have a lot of clutter that you have to work through, and you walk into the room and you get super stressed out and your heart rate goes up and you feel panicky and you just kind of want to, throw your hands up in the air and just be like, I'm not going to be able to get through it. There's just too much. Why get started? And then it kind of throws us into a shame spiral, right? So a lot of us know what that feels like. And that's something I want to help you move through. And I want to help teach you ways that you can pull yourself out of that. Okay. Because when we get into a shame spiral, we start saying things to ourselves that do not serve us, right? We say really negative statements. And then we start what I call, playing tapes in our head of messages from other people who maybe told us that we weren't good at something, or we'd never measure up, or we weren't as organized as our mother or our sister or our best friend. And then it plays on a loop, right? And it just makes us feel awful about ourselves. And what one of my goals as a coach is that I want to teach you to realize that you actually do have a lot of power, okay? That you are capable and that we can rethink how we approach our decluttering. So let's talk about the I might as well mindset. So when we go into a space, and we start to feel the effects of what I call analysis paralysis. Okay, that's when we just have too many decisions to make. We don't know where to start and we get overwhelmed. So, the first thing that we want to do is called task initiation. Sometimes getting started, we struggle and we're like, oh, well, I'm just not motivated enough. And I can't declutter if I'm not motivated. So, first step is task initiation. So, what we need to do is get ourselves to the room that we want to focus on. Okay, so I'm going to use the kitchen as an example. Let's say you want to declutter your kitchen, your counters are totally full. It's really hard to make a meal for yourself, and the kitchen sink is just overwhelmed with dirty dishes, and your dishwasher is broken. There's all of these things going on. So, usually, what happens is that we fall into a pattern of task avoidance. Okay, so we do other things to pass the time to help us avoid the thing that we really don't feel prepared to deal with. Okay, so some popular task avoidance things are like scrolling social media, right? Concentrating on a book instead of concentrating on tasks, watching a lot of Netflix. All of those things are okay to do when we also incorporate just a little bit of attention to the thing that's stressing us out. And the reason why I say that is that if we can put a small amount of attention to the thing that's stressing us out, we're going to enjoy those other things like social media and Netflix and whatnot. We're going to enjoy it more. Okay. So your kitchen is overwhelming to you. It's super stressful. You're sitting in the living room and you had a cup of coffee this morning. Okay. So instead of thinking of all the things that you have to do in the kitchen, you can look at that coffee mug and go, you know what? I should just go put the mug in the kitchen. That's the only thing you have to do. Just take the mug, walk to the kitchen. I know this sounds overly simplistic, but it can actually make such a difference. So now you've taken the mug, you're standing in the kitchen, and then you allow yourself to think, well, since I'm here, I might as well. And then you do a small task. So it may be, and I want you to make these, I want to make these tasks really, really small. So it may be, so I brought the mug to the kitchen, I might as well rinse it out. Cool, right? So, and then it may be, what are you going to do after that? Well, I've rinsed it out. I might as well give it a really quick wash. Okay. So now you have a clean mug for your next cup of coffee. And then when you're standing there and you've washed one mug, you may say, okay, well, you know what? I might as well pick 3 things on the counter, one tiny little zone. Keep it super small, keep it super intentional. I might as well deal with 3 things in that zone. Do you see where I'm going with this, right? So instead of getting paralyzed by thinking that you have to have decisions made and a plan for the whole entire space, you can show up to the space and have the mindset of, I might as well. Okay. Same thing, you can apply it if you're in the bathroom and you're brushing your teeth at the end of the day. So I brushed my teeth while I'm standing here. I might as well look for 3 empty bottles of something. They've just been hanging around the shower. There's no shampoo left in them. I'm going to grab that bottle. I'm going to throw it in recycling, right? Or I might as well give the toilet a quick swish, right? A quick clean. We don't always have to do deep cleaning every single time. If we attend to a space in small intentional ways, then overall you're going to make a big difference, right? So this is something that you can apply to so many areas of your life, right? If you have errands that you're putting off, okay, you may have to like pick up a grandchild from school and you'd be like, okay, well, I'm out. I might as well go mail that thing that I've been putting off, right? So I have a saying that I always say about focusing on the next right thing. And that is another way of taking this whole big picture and making it small and making it manageable. And another way to think of that is, I might as well. So this is the thing that I'm doing right now, I might as well do something else. One of my favorites, especially if you have mobility issues and if you are struggling to do deep cleaning. So they have these cleaning brushes. They're like little wand brushes and they've got like a scrubby attachment on the end of it and you can put dish soap in it and it's for washing our dishes. It works so well in the shower. You can put Blue Dawn dish soap in a little bit of white vinegar in that, right? And when you have a shower, scrub down one wall. Just do one wall at a time. Next time you're in the shower, you do another wall. If you have kids or grandkids, give them the task. Every time they go in, can you just scrub a wall? And sometimes they get really enthusiastic and they do all the walls, and that's super helpful, right? But that's another area of, I'm in here doing this thing, I might as well. So when we are intentional about our might as well choices, all of those little acts add up to overall change. Okay, so I want you to remember that you truly are far more capable than you give yourself credit for, right? We don't have to do any kind of marathon cleaning. We don't have to spend hours decluttering unless we choose to. So I'm going to challenge you, right, to try and apply this might as well mindset. And I would love to hear in the comments how it works for you and where you've applied it. In the meantime, keep doing the next right thing.